pan out because I had a little bit of an issue, so I had to restart it. But that's okay. Hi, how you doing? Okay, the autofocus is better now. So I'm gonna start making my salad. First thing I want to do is rinse out the cutting board. Salad time. Why did I start so late at night again? I don't know. Here in California it's like 10:16, but that's okay. It's midnight salad. Well, it's not midnight. It's approaching soon midnight-esque salad. You know, why not? It could be fun. So I think first what I want to do is take care of the cucumbers and like peel them. I wish I still had some olives, but I ate all my olives the other day. They're gone. Maybe he's in the dishwasher. Yes, I think so. He's in the dishwasher. Oh no, that's a long time. I hope that went well for you. Did that go well? Oh, that's early. Do you have your boxing today or probably just working? And this needs to be picked up. I'm like, no. Gather them all up. Gather. Later I'm going to unload the dishwasher. I just decided I'm going to start making my salad first, you know. Was my plan. Okay. That is my plan. Well, that's good, right? So, well, maybe you could stay with them some days and it's easier to get there. I don't know. By the way, when you peel cucumbers, I feel like it's easier to peel it. That's good. I'm glad that you have your work and training in the evening, so maybe you can rest a little. To peel away from yourself, because I don't know, some people peel towards themselves, but I think that's dangerous because, like, try and peel the vegetable away from you, I think. That's just my thought on it. But everybody has their own peeling style, I suppose. But I guess I'm going to start. I could gather up the little vines at the end, I guess. But I just. Okay, so. I'm going to start putting my cucumbers. I'm going to move everybody a little bit. So more of an assembly line process. Oh, I didn't know you went to culinary school. That's very cool. Do you still work like in a restaurant type situation? That is very cool. I was kind of happy today because somebody finally noticed, like, the cool angles that I did in one of the art live streams I created. So I'm going to try to make more of those in the future, but I've just been having a hard time getting around to doing art. And maybe I should turn on the air conditioner because I've been keeping it off. But now it feels like it's about 100 degrees in here. I just don't like it on too much because then I get too cold. I'm like, I don't want to be that cold. I get cold easily from the air conditioner, and people are like, how is that possible? I'm like, it just is, because the cold air blowing on me makes me feel... Oh, that's cool. Is that still going really, so that's still the way it is now? Because it seems like things are back. I don't know. All of a sudden, it just seemed like this summer. I don't know what it's going to be like come fall. But it just seems like this summer, everybody's just like, COVID's still going around. But like in California, it's like people are eating out again. And even me, like I was never going to go to movies again or stuff. But I don't know. I've ate out a couple of times. And I've been to the movies. I don't really like worry as much. Well, I still worry, but I don't know. That could change come wintertime or fall. We'll see. But it just seems like right now everybody's kind of, maybe because it's summertime, people are more just like whatever. And there might be another spike again come fall. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I still know people that are getting it, but I just never got it. I hope I never get it. I don't want to get it. So I didn't know if like maybe things had kind of picked up in that area again in yours. But it sounds like, well, yeah, I think it's better to do security anyway. But I was just thinking in general, like with the restaurant, I'm just surprised that I wasn't sure like what had happened. But you know, honestly, I really haven't even, like this was the first movie I went to since 2019. That's like almost three and a half years. Yep. And then maybe I'll go see Oppenheimer. I'm thinking about that because I think I'm more interested in that. Because it's history related. I kind of am curious. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to go. Because honestly, probably, we'll see. It depends on what my schedule is like. Because after tomorrow, I start getting busier again. And like Saturday, not Saturday, but Sunday and Monday are my free days. So I have more time to do things. But we'll see. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I just don't know how it'll go. And if it's still playing on Saturday, maybe I'll go Saturday night. I kind of want to go to the smaller theater if I do see it because it was fun going to Harkins, but Harkins is super busy. Like everybody, they go to that theater. So I kind of want to go to the Look Cinema because it used to be like the big theater in our town, but then when that other one opened. And then during COVID, I thought they weren't even doing movies anymore. I thought that they were just having, like, games or something, because it seemed like they were just having, like, baseball games or football games or something, and people were watching live games. But I guess they're showing movies there again, which surprised me. I didn't know if they were showing movies again, because it didn't look like they were advertising it. They used to advertise the movies on the billboard at the smaller... Well, what is now the smaller theater is still pretty big. So I think they have like, well, the Harkins one has like 24 theaters. Yeah, they're really super big, but. Yeah. I'm going to do some cleaning as I go, just so later. That's what everybody's been saying. Like, I know a lot of people got a really bad case of it. I know there were a lot of people, you know, like, obviously we know there are people that it was fatal, but then there's a lot of people that said that they got it and it wasn't worse than like the flu or something. So I guess it just depends on like maybe your immunity or what strain of it you get. I don't know. I can't say. I just can say what people told me, you know. But you know, honestly, I just haven't got it, and I hope to not get it. But I haven't had the cold or the flu either. And I guess it's kind of a, I know people don't believe this, it's kind of a folksy thing, but I feel like if you eat a lot of spicy food and onions, that will help you no matter what. But I do believe that there's something to that, because during the Spanish influenza outbreak, a lot of people talked about how onions would help them get over like the influenza or keep them from getting it if they had been exposed. And then during the Black Plague, people swore by onions, like a cut up onion in their house. So I feel like there's something to onions. I know some people don't like onions, but I love onions. I'm team onion. I think you need to eat onions a few times. Like, I should be chopping them up more often. I usually do eat more chopped veggies. I've just fallen off my game a little, the chopped veggie department, but we're gonna get back there. I kind of want to keep them separate though, just so I can have them a certain way. I mean, that's up to you. You can do whatever you want. I don't think people should send you hate messages. My God, that's crazy. That is harassment, and technically, I don't think that they can do that. If somebody sent you a message like that on TikTok, you're allowed to have whatever opinion you want, but I don't think people should send you those messages. I would just block those people. Like, if somebody's sending you a hate message, my stance on the movie was, it was fun seeing it, but honestly, I probably just won't watch it again. I don't know. I wasn't really surprised by the content of the movie per se, just because of the marketing for Barbie. But this is more from a U.S. perspective, I think, and I think also too, a lot of the movies about, and I talked a little bit about this. I think a lot of the movie is just like Americans, because Americans don't all have like a deep cultural background, and I think people kind of are looking to have culture in movies. So I don't know. I didn't hate the movie. I didn't love the movie. I thought it was fun. It was kind of sad, honestly. There were sad parts. I talked about this. I did do a little bit of a talk about it today. I think that they should have just made it to where Barbie had a kin that she was more aligned with. Because it's kind of weird. Like, why would you invite somebody to your house or a party and not really, be interested in them? But you know what I actually thought was weirder about the movie, and this is not even like a political thing, I think it's just like, do humans respect each other kind of thing, was if you notice, like, American Ferrera's character, like her husband, she goes, oh, is he gonna need us? And he's just like completely oblivious that she's gone. And I thought like she was a single mom at the beginning, because she said she was sad and she was struggling, but it turned out no, she had a husband. And she was sad because her daughter didn't really talk to her anymore and was like growing up. And that kind of confused me. So there were just things about it. You can like or not like any movie you want, and nobody should send you like a hate message because of it. I don't think that's allowed. I think you can block them, Like, I'm pretty sure you can block people that send you messages like that. Like, they're not, and honestly, a lot of people agree with you, Colette. Like, there's people that are taking a stronger stance against the movie than that. So, yeah. I just personally don't take the movie too seriously. I don't think I'm going to watch it again. I just think I'm going to see Oppenheimer. That's kind of my plan next, because I wanted to see it because I thought it was kind of a fun idea, just because, I don't know, I liked how Barbie dressed. And that was about it. And now I'm probably like I feel like it's had its moment. It was the big thing, and it's not like one of those movies that I think people are gonna want to rewatch a lot of times. I don't think it's good like that. I just don't. So, but some of the people got really mad about it. I don't know if I agree with them. Like, that's just not my opinion. But I don't. Okay, this was the thing I didn't understand. There were some people that knew what the movie was about because they're like journalists and they were given information about it, and then they decided to like go ahead and watch it anyway. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea. So it was an okay movie. It was kind of fun. I think honestly, yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't the most important movie ever. It was kind of a fun movie. It was kind of sad. I just don't really understand like why there couldn't be a happier ending. I guess I kind of wanted more of a comedy. I think what people wanted, though, I'll be honest with you, from what I've been hearing, is people just wanted more of a fun. Oh yeah, definitely. Women are cruel in Barbie, like, but I think that women can be cruel in general. Like, women have never supported other women, and also women can be mean to men and dismissive. And I think, yeah, I don't know. It wasn't my favorite movie of all time. We just thought it was kind of a fun movie, so I decided to review it. I was almost not going to review it because I was like, it's not that good. It was fun, but I think this is what I think people wanted when they went to go see a Barbie movie. My opinion. I think they wanted like a fun movie that was more magical and more lighthearted, maybe in a way, because it had some like deeper, sadder parts to it than I think maybe people were expecting. That's kind of my take on that. Yeah, people should get along. I don't know. I don't understand like why they don't, but I think it depends too. Also, like the parts of the country you live in. Like a lot of people in the U.S. are very. I don't know. Like they don't. I think a lot of people are more traditional. A lot of people are more liberal. A lot of liberal people are very independent. So I don't know. I think it's just maybe better not to watch movies that don't agree with us. And that's okay. And you have every right to tell people not to watch a movie if you don't like it. Like, that's your opinion. Like, at the end of the day, everybody has a right. I guess the one thing I didn't like about the movie that really bothered me was the vandalism in the movie at the beginning where they smashed the baby dolls, because that was kind of weird. I'm like, I don't understand, like, what kind of a message are you sending there? Like, because there were little girls that liked to play baby dolls. There were little girls who didn't like to play baby dolls. But I think that scene where they're smashing the baby dolls, that bothered me a little bit. I don't know. So, like, I guess my take on it is I don't think it was the best movie ever. I think it was fun. But it had some sadder, darker elements to it. And I don't think it was exactly the movie that diehard Barbie fans were looking for. I think what people actually wanted was more of a fun, lighthearted movie. But to be honest with you, I don't watch a lot of movies anyway. And I had kind of felt like movies were getting worse and worse as time went on. I that's I'm very interested to see Oppenheimer. Oh my gosh, the air conditioner is too cold again. Like, I just cannot run it for more than 10 minutes. Like, other people love freezing like a popsicle. But I don't know, I'm gonna freeze like a popsicle if I have that thing on too long. It's too cold. I don't like cold air that much. No. Like, I accidentally drank a nice drink the other day and I got goosebumps in the summertime. I don't know, that's just me, nobody else. So, yeah, I want to see, I kind of want to see Oppenheimer just to see what that's all about. Like, I'm kind of curious, And after that, I don't know, do I want to watch a lot of movies? Not really. I just got curious about Oppenheimer because now people are talking about it. And maybe I will see it and maybe I won't. Because sometimes I'm like, I want to see a movie. And then it's been like like a year goes by and I haven't seen it, and it didn't happen. So we'll see. Probably I'll see it because I thought it'd be fun to review it, but I think I'm gonna have to kind of act on it, and we'll see if I act on it or not. The tomatoes are very juicy. These were better tomatoes, I think. I still like homegrown tomatoes the best because store-bought tomatoes are just never as good. I'm like, I love a homegrown tomato, and I just have these memories of like tomatoes from my mom's garden that they're just so flavorful and they're just so juicy and they have like so much flavor. Like they're just so delicious. Like you could just eat a homegrown organic tomato and be so satisfied. And it's not that I don't like tomatoes, it's just store-bought ones they're never as good. I mean, maybe if you even like organic ones, they're still never as good. But these ones are okay. They're a little bit better than usual. They're more juicy, but I picked really ripe ones. Might as well pick the ripe ones. Let's see. What's it taste like? No, it's actually really good. It doesn't taste as good as a homegrown one, but it actually has that like ripe, yummy taste to it that I just love. Surprisingly. It's very surprising. So I keep saying my next goal is to do more art, but my next goal is to do more art. Because I was really thinking about my Hermsel tangerine that other day. I was like, I love it so much. It's so pretty. It's my screensaver. It really makes me happy. Actually, I also have my American flag cross stitch thing that I need to maybe do a tutorial. But okay, so I made this cross stitch thing for my little sister when she used to live with me for a while because I thought that would be a great activity for her. It took me a long time to plot it. I spent like a week plotting it out on a graph. Okay, it's on the Ida cloth. But I spent like a week plotting this thing out on a graph, and I started it for her, and then I said, here, do you want to finish it? And then she's like, no, I've lost interest. So I'm debating if I want to finish it with the like thinner cloth, the thinner thread, the thicker thread. Juice is going to go everywhere. This is not good. I should have aimed it more into the bowl. Now I'm going to have to get towels and wipe off the counter. Get in there. Be in there. Okay. Have I ever been to the Middle East? I've never, because I haven't even been to Mexico. I mean, there's beautiful rugs and tapestries like from the Middle East. Like that rug in my entryway, it's from Turkey. It's more of a modern rug, but I love it. And I know like you can buy rugs in like Syria and Lebanon and Iran and places like that. I've never been outside the US. My travels are not that wide and far. I think it's great if people travel. It never really happens for me. So I think I live more vicariously through other people's travels. Because I know people are like, but you can always travel if you have the money. But I'm a realist, okay? Like, I take care of myself. So, in order to maintain my lifestyle, I just haven't had money for extras like that. But I think it's cool if you can travel and if you're able to do it. I do. So, very, so like, the cross stitching I did, I had like a home ec teacher that kind of like taught us that a little bit. No, but still, I haven't been to other countries. Like America, like different states are completely different. And I would say California is completely different than other states. Like each little state or region is almost like its own little country. And California is kind of like a country in its own way because there's a completely different culture out here than like I would say Kansas or something. But I still would have loved to travel. So it's not that I didn't want to travel. It's just I just never made it a priority. And I know a lot of people are like, but you would travel if you wanted to. It just never became a priority. Now I am actually pretty good at cross stitching. Like I've done little activities, little things I've designed, but I think most of it's self-taught really. Like because I'm good at art, so I kind of taught myself to do cross stitching. But I love it on Aida cloth. Like I have one on the plastic canvas mesh, which is fun. It's very fun, but the Aida cloth, oh my gosh, that is like beautiful. That's like almost painting with the yarn. It's just really pretty. Okay, let's be more careful when we make you go in. Try to get all the juices to go into the side of it. You kind of balance it down. Here. That is so cool, like you taught yourself how to cook. So I think my thought on that is I feel like being self-taught actually works the best because they're the things you want to learn how to do. But if you know how to sew, you could make a lot of different things. That's what's really cool about that. Okay, so next. Oh no, there's an errant tomato flying around in there. Do not let him fly around. I'm going to get some bowls and let them sit. Just so I can get some nice chopping action going. Oh, about time to make my eggplant tonight. I kind of want to, but I think I should just concentrate on my salad. Why do you guys have so many fans on? They keep us all secure. Yes, I know. Whee! Whee! have you been, I wonder if anybody like Colette or anybody, has anybody been able to monetize their TikTok yet? So I do have a TikTok, but I guess I'm just not consistent enough with it, but I just have never gotten into the amount of followers that you need to go live on there, and I don't seem to have been able to monetize it yet. But maybe, I think I've just never really focused on TikTok the way other people did. Like, I know there's a lot of different trends you have to do on TikTok to kind of, or just different things, like ways to do it. And even though I have fun with the short form content, I think I just seem to do better with long form content. I don't really seem to be TikTok a logarithm type. I just don't feel like TikTok really promotes anything. I do, like, occasionally, like, I was starting to, like, a year and a half ago, some of the TikToks I did were starting to seem to get more views, but then I don't know what it is about TikTok. I got on a weird side of TikTok. I got on this ranty, ravey side of TikTok where all these people were complaining about capitalism. And I'm just like, spare me, guys, because there's nothing wrong with the free market economy. But I'm like, did you guys forget history? Do you remember communist Russia and the fall of the Soviet Union? It's like people are just so dodo silly that they don't realize, like, when they're talking about, like, in-term capitalism, they keep saying that. It's just silly. And the reason being is this, let me explain why. It's because China might be a communist country with a communist government, but they definitely are corporate capitalists because that benefits the PRC. So if you look at China, they have a growing upper middle class. They are perfectly okay with corporations making money. It's just, this is the problem with that structure in China, is it has to meet, like, the approval of the PRC. And actually it's interesting because I guess, speaking of the Barbie movie, there were certain things that they weren't allowed to say in the movie, I guess, so it could pass clearance in China. And I didn't know this, but apparently, like, the Marvel comic movies couldn't have a demonic character. And I'm like, good. What's a demonic character in a movie? I don't. I will not watch a movie with a demonic character. That really freaks me out. I'm not going to watch a movie with a... But I'm not, I don't know. Some people were upset about that. I'm like, is that a bad thing? And I'm not even pro-censorship, but why do you need a demonic character in your movie? I don't understand, because I don't remember Marvel Comics having demonic characters in the past, and I'm not even a Marvel comic fan. But they've even turned Jane Austen into the Marvel comic, so I think you can do a Marvel comic without a demonic character. Well, that's pretty good. Like, actually, 500 followers on there is actually really, really good. Because I've been... How long have I been on the TikTok? I don't promote it hard or anything, but I've been on there for like 3.5 years. And I barely have 307 followers on the hair TikTok I do. And then maybe like 98 on my more general TikTok account. But I ended up on this weird side of TikTok where people were just ranting and raving, kind of like what I was talking about. And it's just like people don't want to know about actual history. They just want to make up things, and they think... Like, I'm not saying that corporations are good, because I'm more pro-free market economy than corporations, like, obviously, but corporations have pretty much, they've muscled out all the small businesses. They didn't want small businesses around, and you know what did that? It was our little panty friend. That was kind of into that, so... I just think it's funny, though, like, when people are always, like, railing against, capitalism, because it's like they don't seem to understand that communism didn't work, so... It's a flawed concept, like, when people start praising, like, more of a socialist type of society. Because even the more socialist, communist type of societies, they are corporate capitalism nowadays. So it's kind of silly, and I don't know. But I always seem to run across these videos of people, and I'm like, I guess, well, you were born after probably 2001, so you don't remember the fall of the Soviet. You don't remember that it didn't work out. And I guess you're probably, like a lot of the people that are saying this now, like the younger people, they also, I guess they didn't realize what happened in, like, Colombia, like, in Venezuela, like, 10 years ago. It's not working out. Like, countries that follow a completely socialistic model have supply chain issues, okay? And I'm not saying that capitalism and corporatism are the saviors of the world. Nothing is. But I just seem to be on the side of TikTok that just thinks, like, turning capitalism into the villain is, like... but it doesn't hold water. Because they're just really young people. And then... But then they're selling something, and I'm like, wait a minute. You're selling something. Do you not benefit from, like, capitalism? Like, there are literally people that complain about capitalism that benefit from capitalism on TikTok. So, yeah, just... And I ended up on that really weird side of TikTok, and I'm like, I don't know why TikTok thinks I want to hear that all day. So, it's just weird, and it's like ranty, ravey TikTok. It's not even how-to TikTok or fun TikTok. It's just like all these people, and they're complaining, and I just cannot seem to get off that side of TikTok. And then, I don't know, so I just engage less with TikTok after that. I'm like, it's showing me a lot of content I don't find interesting. And I don't feel like I get a lot of, I think I just like YouTube the best anyway, because YouTube, even though it's not perfect, its algorithm is just better, for me, than TikTok. That's just the grand conclusion I kind of arrived at. Oh, you know another movie that, okay, so I feel like the Barbie movie copied a lot of movies from, like, the 80s. I was trying to think that there was another movie where they were doing something to a doll that was reflected in a human. Like, it's vice versa, like something that a human was doing that was reflected on a doll. It kind of reminded me of the Barbie movie, because I feel like a lot of the tropes that were in the Barbie movie I've seen before, like My Stepmother's an Alien, like the part where Barbie becomes human. It just reminds me of Kim Basinger's character, who was an alien that came to Earth to save the Earth, her planet, from destruction. It kind of reminds me of another movie, which is Teen Witch, okay? Because there was, like, this really mean teacher that would, like, harass this one student and just always make her feel bad about herself. So she becomes a witch. Like, it's very zany. Like, somehow she becomes a witch by visiting this witch, and it's really strange. It's a very strange, kind of campy comedy type movie. But there was this one part. It's so ridiculous. So she makes a voodoo doll, okay? And at the time when I was a kid, I just thought this part of the movie was so funny. She makes a voodoo doll, and she decides that anything she does to this doll is going to happen to her teacher. So one day, she has the doll in class, and she starts undressing the doll, and the teacher starts, like, oh my gosh, he starts undressing in front of the class, but it doesn't make any sense. It's really zany because then the principal comes in and he says something and he's like, oh, and all of a sudden he snaps into reality. He's like, I just thought it was hot outside. And then later, instead of them thinking, oh, he's a weirdo because he's undressing in front of his class, there's a whole bunch of other teachers like helping him, like he's really ill. He's like, oh, he's all delirious. And then the girl, the teen witch girl's younger brother, he's like a slob. He's always so messy. And he finds the voodoo doll and he starts acting real strange with it. Like he starts kicking it down the stairs and getting it all dirty, which is so weird. Like, why would he do this? I don't know. He's a 10-year-old boy that's a slob. So he kicks the doll down the stairs. It kind of just reminds me of the part of the Barbie movie where they said like weird Barbie was a Barbie that was played with too hard in the real world. It kind of reminds me of that. Oh my God. It's so absurd. But yeah, there's that part of the Teen Witch movie. And then movies used to be funny and fun. Even if they had like a deeper message, they used to be funny. Like you used to have like truly funny movies. But it gets funnier. So the mom's like, she finds the little voodoo doll, which she just thinks is her daughter's like little home ec creation at the bottom of the stairs, and it's all dirty. She goes, oh no. And she's like, the beautiful little doll that my daughter made, like what did happen to him? So she puts him in the washing machine. And I don't know. As a kid, I thought this part of the movie was hilarious. And it's still kind of funny nowadays. So anyway, the teacher sees a car wash. And he walks into the car wash. And then when he gets to the end, there's a man that's cleaning a car, like putting hot wax on it. And he sees the teacher walking through the car wash. And he's like, oh, that was so refreshing. And he's offering to tip the car wash worker. And he's like, no, that's okay. That was just, I mean, I haven't seen that scene in years, but I don't know, something about that scene, I kind of feel like there were several different tropes that the Barbie movie copied. And let's be honest, I think they copied Teen Witch, and I think they copied My Stepmother's an Alien. Those are just two things that came to mind. But, you know, I'm sure every movie copies each other. In fact, that used to be kind of a trope in, like, sitcoms between the 60s, 70s, and 80s. There would be a sitcom where they had the same episode. Where the exact same episode, like the Brady Bunch, Growing Pains. And there was this one particular episode where this boy beat up the son. So the son is like, oh no, and he tells his dad. So the dad goes and talks to the father of the son who beat him up. And he calls him a name. And then the mom's like, this isn't right. I'll go talk to the mom. So she talks to the mom, and the mom supports the dad. So I saw that episode on the Brady Bunch, and I saw it on Growing Pains. And I think it might have been on Different Strokes, too. I mean, that particular trope was on several different sitcoms and shows. And I'm like, so I feel like shows always kind of recycle certain tropes and certain themes. So I just feel like there's a lot of, even though, like, Barbie has a new take, I'm seeing a lot of things that just seem really familiar, like, now that I think about it, like, the more I think about the movie, I'm like, wait a minute, I remember that. There was something that, like, a sort of idea, like, it's different, but it's like they kind of took the same idea and they transferred it into the Barbie movie, but it never really made any sense because, like I was saying today, how come only the typical Barbie and the weird Barbie were, like, influenced by the people playing with them, and everybody else wasn't really? Like, what does that say, that everybody else just plays with their dolls normally and calmly, and that the one lady, American Ferrera, and another kid who was mean to a Barbie doll, like, are harder on them? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Movies don't have to make any sense, do they? Especially movies about dolls, but I don't know. These are just my opinions, you know? You can feel however you want about any movie in the world. I don't really know. Anyhow. Ooh, organic lettuce. I love him so much. Like, 100% I love organic lettuce. love it off at night. Ugh. I don't like it when it gets that way. So I'm gonna assemble my salad, but I want to put the ingredients in the fridge so they get kind of cold. All right. I wish I had some olives. So organic lettuce is better than conventional lettuce. It just tastes better. I don't care what anybody says. It tastes better. It tastes better. It tastes better. Okay. They're like the conventional. Sometimes they still. Yeah, I know. Sometimes they still use different pesticides and stuff, but. Ah! I feel like the outer layer is always kind of a dirty layer. You don't want him. Ah. So I like to take water and let it run through the lettuce heads of the lettuce like that. And then it kind of swells it up. And then you can kind of turn it upside down and let the water drain back out. I need another bowl for my lettuce. Lettuce is calling itself for salad. Lettuce. Lettuce announces itself in a salad. Ah. Yes. Shredded lettuce. No, I don't want it to fall in. Ah! Don't flip. Don't fall. Stay a good egg. Stay right there. Don't fall down. I need to get another bowl because that one's a little top heavy, I think, at this point. Yeah. This one. veggies. Keep. Need to get rid of that weird cheese corn dip thing that my dad thought I would love, and I'm like, oh no, sorry, Bob's. I did not want that. But he seemed to think, like, yeah, Julia wants that. And I'm like, no. I did not. And I'm like, I don't eat cheese and yogurt and all the things that are in that. So I need to give it to somebody. I tried to give it to my sister the other day when she visited. She goes, oh no. She doesn't like spicy stuff. So I was like, she was nice. They brought me some things from Costco. And I was like, that's very sweet. But I didn't want to hurt his feelings. So I don't know. I'm stuck with it now. So it's sitting in my fridge, and I'm like, I'm gonna find somebody to give it to, but I'll try. I don't know, I probably could just buy some chips and give it to some homeless people in the park. Just thinking about that. I don't know, but then I'll have to go buy chips for it. I'm thinking, or maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Because they can't just eat it like it's a dip. But it's not something I like, so right now I'm kind of stuck with it until I can find a home for it, so to speak. So that's the predicament with that. Another bowl of lettuce in the fridge. Now we have one more bowl. No, don't do that. Okay, so that's one bowl. Get out my fingers. Okay, so be down in there. I'm gonna wipe off the sink as much as possible. Sink counter. Rinse out the washcloth. Get all the food off of it as much as possible. Probably should use. Sometimes, like if you have too much food, I think. I like using washcloths for cleaning, but sometimes paper towels are better for like picking up pieces of food and stuff. So I'm gonna make like a dressing. Which is lemon. My poor ghost cub. I hope he's okay. I have to pull his label off a bit more though. Wait, I need my blender. Where's the blender house? Part of the blender that you need. Put it back together again. Like he seems to be missing. This is not good. Uh-oh, there's the blender's house. It's the base, actually. I don't know why I'm calling it the blender's house, but I have a bad feeling that it got ate by the dishwasher. And I know people that hate the dishwasher will be like, see, your dishwasher eats part of your blender. But it's completely gone. This has never happened before, and that's weird. Weird indeed. I'll take another look for it, but I see it absolutely nowhere. It's nowhere to be seen. It's like, where are you, my friend? strange. I don't know how it could fall off the face of the earth like that. I'll keep looking for it though. It should be here somewhere. It can't completely just disappear like that. It can't completely disappear like that. Ah! That's fine. There has to be a solution, or there he is. I found him. There's underneath that bowl. You silly goose, Julie. Okay. So I found the blender base. Butterfly coffee cup. Now I'm going to start putting some things. I can't fit everything sky high though. I'll have to figure something out later. I'm going to put the rest of them away for now, and then I'll figure it out later. Cupland, Dishland, Cookie-land. Anyhow. Now I have all the things that I need to assemble my blender. Yay! That's what I wanted. You over here for a minute. I just like to shine up all of my appliances. Makes them look good before, you know, just give them a nice little wipey wipe. I found some pieces that fell on the floor, so I'm gonna wipe up the floor real quick. I found another piece that fell on the floor. Lettuce. I'm going to throw all that away. Whoa! Let me open the things. I need another washcloth. more stuff that I need to wipe up. Wait. Herbies. Gonna be so herbaceous. These are like, I can't let it just be. I think I try not to puree the stem parts. I don't think that part's good for you, but these are from my mom's garden. Herby. I feel like I need to unwrap the ones that have been wrapped in towel for a while. Oh no, I forgot I have my oh my god. That other one. Got to open them. Nasturtiums. Oh my, they're so yummy. I'm gonna keep these ones. I just needed a nice cool sip of water. Just makes me feel good. Get the rest of the herbs off here so we can use them up. This is a very slow process because it's like taking the herbs off the stems. That's why when everybody says, oh, that they love, that they can cook so quick, and I'm like, no, anything you do with food takes time. I feel like, because if you want to do it right, you want to take your time, you know? People that rush don't do it quite right, in my opinion. Like, they're just going too fast. I feel like just trying to put a heart in there. I guess you could get most of the hard part in here, but let's see some raw rosemary. Yum, 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 yum. Actually, raw rosemary is very yummy. Love it. I love it. It's so yummy. I remember my dad's rooster-shaped rosemary plant. Well, it's my mom's too, but he likes to shape it into like a big rooster. I'm like, you're so funny. Like, how on earth did that thing get so big? He's like, I shape it like a topiary. It's a rooster shape. And I'm like, you're absolutely right, it is. Lemon out. I need more lemon. Not enough lemon. Actually, I need to start assembling. My hands wet again. Baby cutting board. Alrighty. We need some peppers and some lemon and some salt, and some garlic pepper. Okay, so I have dried peppers from my mom's garden. I don't want it to be overly spicy, so I think I'll try to not go a little bit too bonkers. I'll use 2 peppers because I know these are really super spicy peppers, and the last time that I did something with I cut those peppers up, the little chili peppers up, and I was doing the manzana peppers, and yeah, that was the live stream where I burned my tongue and I was dancing around, and it wasn't a very fun time in life, okay? It was not a fun time in life at all. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of pepper. I want to be more like, probably doesn't look very fresh. Sometimes dried peppers are hit and miss. That's the thing about organic peppers. It's not like conventional ones you buy at the store. Sometimes you're like, that one's a lot. You have to throw that one away. It's just how the cookie crumbles. Okay, so we'll start with 1 pepper. Maybe that's good enough because it's going to be super spicy anyway. And I do love spice, but I don't know if I want to burn my tongue. We can always try it later. I love really spicy stuff, but it's late at night, and I don't think I want to go too silly time. So we have a lemon. We're going to squeeze a lot of lemon in. If the seeds get in, I don't care. I'll try to pick the seeds out if I can. Here. I got that one out. Yeah, there we go. Oh, what happened? Let's see. They're so hard to open. Oh no. I'm in big tahini trouble now. Let's see. Oh, that hurt my knife, but maybe I'll have to get a blade because I pour it later. Golly. Now I proceed to fight with a tahini bottle for a half an hour. Is that fun in the sun for you? Well, it might not be fun for you, but it's going to be fun for me. Okay. That's true. Try doing it this way. It's like I'm doing surgery on a tahini bottle. Ah, I broke my knife. Shoot. Poor knife. Guess I'm gonna have to buy a new knife. But I'll try to open the bottle anyway. I mean, I have other knives, I just don't have a big one like this. But if he could break like that, maybe he's not super strong anyway. I mean, it is a porcelain knife. Interesting. I'm trying to open the tahini bottle. Ah! Well, that was not a fun way to open it. Now tahini oil all over the counter. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this knife away because it's got a big blah blah. This porcelain knife lasted about not even 2 years. Well, I don't think you're supposed to use it to open containers that way, but the fact that it just cracked from opening a container tells me a lot about its strength. I would never buy a porcelain knife again. I have other knives, it's just that's a knife that I really liked. do love raw zucchini. It's yummy. So a little bit of salt. Oh, I need to filter my water, so I'll just use some of my water for my drink to filter it. Oh, shoot. think I kind of understand why people used to make tahini in a mortar and pestle because it's easier than a blender, which my blender malfunctioned. How fun is that? I actually do have some corn chips, but these ones I want to keep for me. I was thinking I could buy a bigger thing of corn chips for some other people if I were to take it to them. So I think I'm going to put some on top. Organic dipper chips. Smash them up into the salad. You could use them for dipping, but no, stand there. I'm gonna smash my egg. It was really good. Mm-hmm.